recently Dana White has come out and has said that obviously after Islam Makhachev actually beat Dan Hooker, there was talks about him fighting RDA, and obviously that fight for whatever reason didn't come through, and Dana White has come out and said that he wants Islam Makhachev to fight BENEIL DARIUSH before he gets the title shot. Now the reason why I think this is going to happen is because I actually believe that Dana White wants that fight to happen so that it gives a bit of time between basically Charles Oliveira's next title shot, and during that interim time period he's going to try to get Conor McGregor to fight Charles Oliveira. It's crazy if you think about it. The person that deserves the title shot is clearly Islam Makhachev, but Dana White is trying to make Islam Makhachev fight BENEIL DARIUSH in the interim, so that during that time period, let's just say hypothetically Charles Oliveira beats Justin Gaethje. In that interim time period, Dana White's either going to make Conor McGregor versus Charles Oliveira, or if Justin Gaethje beats Charles Oliveira, he's going to make Conor McGregor versus Justin Gaethje. So the fact is, he doesn't want Islam Makhachev to get that immediate title shot. He wants him to fight BENEIL DARIUSH so that he gets so clogged up in that time period that basically during the interim after let's just say hypothetically Charles Oliveira beats Justin Gaethje, or Justin Gaethje beats Charles Oliveira, one of them is going to have to fight Conor McGregor. That's the plan that Dana White has in mind. That's what I think is going on right now. I just think basically he's trying to cash out Conor McGregor one last time. And the fact of the matter is, Conor McGregor is one of the biggest names in combat sports history. So the fact is, it's more than likely that fight is likely going to happen. I said it yesterday when I made that video. I thought, yeah, there's a very good chance that fight happens. Even though I don't want to see that fight. I think most hardcore MMA fans don't want to see that fight. But the fact is, Dana White wants that fight to happen. Dana White needs it to happen because he needs to make his shareholders happy. It's a sad state of affairs. I mean, at this point, the sport is no longer a sport anymore. It's more of a business than a sport. Don't get it twisted. There's still great fighters and there's still fun fights, but it's not quite the same anymore. Like a sport is only great when it's actually a sport. When it's just made to make money, then the pure essence of it starts to get drowned out, and that's basically just something that you don't want in a sport. You don't want the pure essence of the sport to get drowned out. And in terms of the pure essence of the sport, the next person that should get a title shot should be Islam Makhachev. He's on a 10-fight win streak. He's absolutely dominating, but instead Dana White wants to keep him so busy fighting BENEIL DARIUSH, focused on him, that someone else will snip in and get the title shot before him, which is probably going to be Conor McGregor. He's either going to fight Justin Gaethje or he's going to fight Charles Oliveira, one of them two. And the sad fact of the matter is that it's more than likely going to happen very, very soon. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on this entire thing. Tell me your thoughts about it. Do you think I'm reaching a little bit? Do you think the fact is that do you think the fact is that that's not what's happening here? He just wants to see Islam Makhachev test himself before he gets a title shot. I think that logic is completely false, because the fact is, if he wanted him to test himself, then why did it take Michael Chandler only how many fights did it take for him to get that title shot? Only one fight against Dan Hooker. Well, Islam Makhachev not only beat Dan Hooker, but he beat 9 other opponents, and now has beaten he's beaten several great opponents already. So from that point of view, I just think it's obvious what's going on. Dana White is trying to get Conor McGregor that title shot, and that's why he's trying to keep Islam Makhachev preoccupied with one more opponent before he gives him the title shot. And during that interim time period, let's just say hypothetically, Charles Oliveira fights Conor McGregor and beats him. He's after that. That's when Islam Makhachev is going to get his title shot after Conor McGregor gets his. Even though Conor McGregor is on a 5-fight, in the last 5 years has only won one fight, while He's lost his last 4 or 3 or 4 in his career. Well, if you look at Islam Makhachev is on a 10-fight win streak. So it's the unfair nature of the sport, but it's the nature of the beast, and it's the way it is. It's more of a business than it is a sport. I mean, let's just be real at this point in time. But tell me what your thoughts are about this. Do you think there's any way around this? Do you think Islam Makhachev should take the fight against BENEIL DARIUSH? If he does take it and beats him, his resume is going to look really good, and he is going to look like a real challenge for Charles Oliveira. But it's sort of unfair that he's not getting the next immediate title shot. Like, he has to wait for a Conor McGregor who's been beaten 2-3 times, like twice by Dustin Poirier. He's been beaten by by KHABIB and has broken his leg, but he's the one that gets the title shot just because he's the more popular fighter. But tell me your thoughts about this. What do you think is the right thing to do in this type of scenario? Should he get that fight, or what do you think should happen? Tell me below, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace out.